Okay, so chapter 5 for tayo. So we have 4 more parts. So we'll run through. We'll try to finish ng mga 3:30, the latest one, 4. So yung ended up kanina, chapter 5 rin. Pero yung provision is if the insured lives. Buhay siya. Second part is when the insured dies. So all of these things na pag-usapan natin now will relate to the insured dying. So, like I said kanina, may mga options yan. Limited options, policy assignment, etc. So yun kanina, habang buhay. Ito, if the insured dies. So, objective, provisions that govern the contract when the insured dies, may settlement options, yung settlement. Paano masusettle yung benefits, analyze yung functions of beneficiary, paano ma-assign yung beneficiaries, sino allowed, sino hindi, etc. So yun yung mga pag-usapan. So the first is misstatement of age. Nagkamali, okay? Bigay ng age. Kasi usually ang basis natin of age, the birth date, possible na nabigay yung birth date, ito yung birth date, and then na-realize na hindi mali pala. Either mali yung nabigay, hindi nag-match dun sa whatever document, maybe the birth certificate, etc. What will happen? Totally ba hindi na makaka-claim or what? So, death proceeds will be adjusted based on the correct age. Okay, so if the insured's correct age is younger, meaning na-declare mo na 41 ako, pero ang totoong age ko at the time of application was 40, then the benefits will be higher. Okay, the death proceeds will be higher. I-adjust lang based dun sa age that you got. Now, if older naman, let's say 41 ako, dineclare ko 40 lang. Nagbigay kong year is pag kinumpute 40 lang, then the proceeds will be good. Yun lang, you can still adjust the age. Right? Pero the benefits will be adjusted as well based on the correct age. Kasi possible yan, pagdating dun sa claim process, kumbaga, na-apply na, kasi minsan nagkakamali, diba? Bis na 1980, nalagay 1981, ganyan. So that's a major, may difference there when it comes to the premiums and so on. So, mag-a-adjust lang yung benefits. Okay, so yan lang. Insurance, so how much insurable interest? Insurable interest refers to the reasonable concern to secure insurance to protect against some form of loss. Anong ibig sabihin insurable interest? So let's say ako, mag-a-assign ako ng beneficiary who will get the benefits. Dapat, meron siyang insurable interest, meaning itong beneficiary na to, may dependency sa akin talaga. Okay, it doesn't have to be relative, pero meron siyang dependency sa akin, some way or form, kung bakit ko siya bibigyan ng pera o ng benefits pag namatay. It can be, like we said kanina, di ba, may insurable interest questionnaire, pwedeng emotional vested interest, like hindi kayo kasal but you're partners for a very long time, if in partners or what, pwede pa rin yun. Doesn't mean na kailangan kasal kayo. Kasi may emotional attachment ako, hindi naman ako dependent financially, pero emotionally dependent ako. Ibig sabihin, pag nawala siya, possible na may hirapan ako to cope then with whatever in the short term. Siyempre, pag we lose someone as the beneficiary, minsan hindi ka na rin makaka-work, hindi ka na rin, yung mind mo is temporarily will be out of, wala dun sa present mo. So ano ba usually, who are the insurable interest? Minsan, immediate family, those are the obvious ones, diba? Creditor-debtor relationship. Okay, yung utang, saka yung nagpapautang. Nakita naman natin kanina yung assignment of the policy, pwedeng sa bank. Diba? So pwedeng yung bank yung beneficiary kasi nagpautang siya, and ako umutang ako. So, pwedeng gano'n. Employee-employer relationship. Yung employees, usually ito, team, let's say you have part of the management team, malaki yung impact mo in terms of the operations ng company. Na if nawala ako, malaking loss yun for my company. Kasi nga, mag-train pa ako, I will find another one, and that would take time. And if your job, let's say, is may effect dun sa profitability ng company, ano yun, malaking factor yun for that company. So pwedeng, since very key person ako in that company, I can insure you, and then the benefits of it, mapupunta sa company to help me cope and adjust and find the next person na pwede pumalit sa'yo. So pwedeng employee-employer relationship. Business relationship, co-owners, partners kayo in a business. Pwede rin yun. Kasi may puhunan ako nilagay dyan, may puhunan siyang nilagay dyan. Pag nawala siya, makaka-affect yun sa operations naman ng our business. So pwedeng business relationship. So again, all of these allowed. Some of these would require additional documents and so on. Pero pwede sila. So beneficiary designations according to priority. So you have the primary beneficiary. Siya yung parang first in line. Priority lang. Siya yung unang talagang major, unang beneficiary mo. And of course, you have the secondary or contingent beneficiary. You only receive the debt proceeds in the event that the insured died without a single primary beneficiary. So assignment nito, pwedeng habang buhay si primary beneficiary, siya lang talaga yung nakaka-receive ng benefits. But now, if namatay siya, merong secondary or contingent. Okay, let's say isa lang yung beneficiary, then usually it goes to the estate ng taong namatay. May ipon yon to the estate na tinatawag. But that's for another discussion. Okay. Beneficiary designation according to rights. So once you assign a beneficiary, you will say kung revocable beneficiary ba to or irrevocable beneficiary. Okay. The major difference, one major difference nila is taxation. So major difference. Irrevocable beneficiary, once na-receive ko yung proceeds, that will not be subject to estate tax na tinatawag. But if revocable, it will be subject to estate tax. Meaning, let's say 1 million, so let's say ako yung revocable beneficiary, 1 million mo ako. Dapat. But since revocable lang ako, babawasan pa yun ng tax. We have to pay estate tax. So yung 1 million ko, hindi na siya 1 million. Less na siya. Depending on your total assets. So, doon naman nagbe-base yung estate taxes na.
What if yung beneficiary lagay mo irrevocable? Pero namatay.
And then it goes to the estate pag walang isa. Pag walang isa.
Hindi pwedeng palitan.
Pwede palitan.
Kasi namatay.
Yeah. Pag, let's say, namatay yung beneficiary, syempre obviously, buhay pa yung insured. So that's the responsibility na yung insured to change the beneficiary. Sabihin niya, ay, palitan mo.
Kahit na yung sinabi irrevocable.
Oh, wala, patay na eh. Yeah, patay na eh. But of course, you will have to show proof na patay na. So the document will be asked. Kasi tatanungin ka, irrevocable siya. So to jump off dun sa tanong niya, ang irrevocable kasi is parang co-owner ka. So for example, ako yung insured. And then ang irrevocable beneficiary ko siya yung irrevocable beneficiary. As the insured, pagpapalitan ko siya, tapos buhay pa siya, kailangan pumayag siya. Napapalitan ko siya. If hindi siya pumayag, hindi ko siya mapapalitan. Kasi parang co-owner na siya. Yun yung tinatawag ng irrevocable. So that's the second major difference between a revocable. Pag let's say, revocable siya, pwede ko siya palitan anytime. Maraming mga things na may control din si irrevocable. Pag withdraw, surrender ng policy. Pag surrender ko yung policy ko, kailangan pumayag siya. Pag hindi siya pumayag, pag your loan, kailangan approval din niya. So technically, parang co-owner kayo. So yun yung sinasabing, kaya siguro natanong Gigi, kung paano gagawin if namatay yung irrevocable. Kasi nga, co-owner yung irrevocable. How will we get the approval? So pag doon sa case na yun, you have to be responsible enough to change the beneficiary. Otherwise, pag walang other beneficiaries, automatically to the estate. If meron namang ibang beneficiaries pero revocable, then mapupunta sa kanila. Benefits. Okay, so clear ba sa irrevocable and revocable? So two differences yung taxation. I think lumalabas yan sa questions. And the second one is yung parang co-ownership of an irrevocable beneficiary. Yan. They cannot be revoked. Well, they can, pero kailangan pumayag siya. Sample policy requests that require approval yan. Withdrawing cash values, amending beneficiaries, yan, changing mode of payment. Yan yung some of the things na, some lang to, ito yung mga things na bago ko magawa yan, kailangan pumayag si Mel na gagawin ko yan. So may signature na dapat. Okay, question dito sa part.
Ilan ba yung pwedeng ilagay na?
Kahit ilan. Pero syempre, of course, the more beneficiaries, the lesser they get. So kung 1 million yan, tapos 10 sila, assuming 10%, yung makuha nila 100,000 per person. So kahit ilan pwede. But usually, from experience, mga 3 to 4, ganyan. Marami na yun eh. 3 to 4. In 1 million kasi, 3 to 4. Kumbaga, kung titignan mo, maliit na amount na lang makukuha ng mga beneficiaries mo. But kahit ilan, alam ko pwede.
Bakit kaya hindi siya subject sa estate tax?
Kasi co-owner ka eh. Co-owner of the, parang co-owner ka of the policy.
Actually, parang ang idea niya is, ni-release ko na yung rights ko of the policy. Tinransfer ko na siya dun sa irrevocable.
Parang
So,
gano'n.
basically sa kanya na siya. Kaya,
Technically,
So wala ka nang magbayaran.
yun siya.
Technically, yung new owner ka din eh. So buhay ka pa rin. So hindi siya napunta sa estate ko or something. So hindi siya subject to that. Parang pag revocable kasi, parang dumaan, hindi siya directly pero dumaan siya sa estate and then na-transfer na siya doon sa revocable. Pero sa irrevocable, hindi eh. Pareho tayong owner dyan. Diba? So technically, may say ka rin dito. So parang kaya hindi siya subject to estate.
Ni-revoke mo na yung right mo para siya na yung right.
Yeah, death proceeds. Death proceeds paid to irrevocable are not subject to estate tax. So, yan yung isa. Trust deed. Trust deed agreement for children are generally not recommended to be designated irrevocable beneficiaries for the obvious reasons that they cannot sign documents, official documents. So, pag ginawa mo siyang irrevocable beneficiary, may hirapan ka to change beneficiary, withdraw. Kasi kailangan mo mag-withdraw from the cash value, mag-loan from the cash value. Ibig sabihin, kailangan mo yung pirma ng anak mo, but minor pa yan, hindi mo magagawa. So, hindi talaga siya recommended. In fact, huwag nyo na lang siyang gagawin. Minsan kasi gusto ng client din, explain nyo sa kanila na hindi siya recommended kasi nga there are certain things na hindi niya magagawa pag yung irrevocable beneficiary minor. Okay. Revocable beneficiary are the opposite. They can be revoked or replaced anytime.
Actually, best practice, we try as much as possible not to make the beneficiary irrevocable. Kasi nga, a lot of things can change. Lalo na, bihira naman talaga yung ginagamit ito for estate tax purposes. Tapos kung maliit lang naman yung face amount, may mga standard deductions pa yung yung estate tax, hindi naman automatically 6% kaagad yun. Yun. So, a lot can change in their lifetime, di ba? Pwedeng, let's say, masawa, galit mo, ganyan, di ba? So, as much as possible, revocable na lang. Ganun. Sometimes itong knowledge na to, it derails pa eh. Kasi, di ba, parang nagmamaroon ng minsan yung advice, wala gawin natin irrevocable para hindi subject sa estate tax, ganyan, lalong nakakasama. So actually,
Hindi, at the end of the day, you have to ask the client.
of course, you have to ask the client. Yun.
Kung gusto ba nila irrevocable, and then you explain the pros and cons. Kasi otherwise, pag hindi nila naintindihan, then sabi nila, sige, okay na yan. Kung ano yung sinabi mo, okay na sila kasi they trust you.
Tama yun pala, dapat decision ni
Dapat
client.
explain mo sa client, sir, irrevocable ba natin or revocable? Obviously, tatanungin niya anong difference. No?
Yeah.
Sir, pag irrevocable, hindi natin, if kailangan yung siyang palitan, hindi nyo siya basta-basta mapapalitan. Kailangan nyo ng approval niya. If kailangan nyo mag-withdraw, hindi nyo magagawa yun. Kaagad, kailangan nyo ng approval niya. So, pag naintindihan niya yun, sasabihin mo, on top of the estate tax, kasi minsan hindi naman, if yung client mo is not a billionaire or ano, hindi na nila iniisip yung estate tax. Kasi, wala naman ganun kalang estate impact. Baka wala akong kailangan bayaran na estate tax kasi ang konti lang naman ng assets ko. So, more than that, yun, yung being ownership as usually mas important. Yeah. Okay, so example. Case study. In an unfortunate accident, the mother who was the primary beneficiary died instantly while the father, who was the insured, died 10 hours later. Their children, John and Tina, who were secondary beneficiaries, both survived. Who will get the proceeds? Namatay si mother, the primary beneficiary. Then after that, 10 hours later, namatay si father. Who will get the the benefits? Tina and John. Or is that or yung sa estate mo pupunta?
Sa anak nila kasi namatay na yung...
Yeah. So, ang correct yan, doon sa secondary beneficiary, doon mapupunta. Yung proceeds. Case 2. The father who's the insured died 24 hours after the plane crash. The mother, who was the primary beneficiary, died 2 hours after the incident. John and Tina, the secondary beneficiaries, died on the spot. So, lahat sila namatay. What happened? What happened? Saan mapupunta yung benefits? Okay. Proceeds will be paid to the insured estate. So, familiar naman kayo with the estate, di ba? So pag namatay tayo, may ipon lahat ng ari-arian, properties natin into an estate. So this would be subject to some parang judicial process for you to be able to get kung sino man yung dapat na makakuha. So in this case, since namatay sila, so may hierarchy yan di ba? Usually may hierarchy who gets the benefits. Kasi in this case, patay lahat. Hindi naman yan maiiwan na as Islam. There will be relatives who will be trying to claim that. Diba? But since nasa estate siya, nandun lang siya until the court determines sino yung magiging rightful owner of that estate. Diba? So, syempre, lahat mag-claim. Lahat gusto, akin yan. Pero in reality, by the law, meron talagang dapat na makakuha eventually. So, malalagay na siya sa estate until a judicial process goes through and then magde-decide kung sino. Dito yung sinatawag na lalabas lahat ng mga anak mo na hindi mo alam. Yan na yun. Kasi di ba nandyan na yan sa estate. Tapos, anak ako niyan. Yan. Then magde-decide paano hahatiin to, sino dapat makakuha. So, that's where mapupunta yun sa estate. Yun yung tinatawag ng estate. And then before nila ma-claim yun, may estate tax that they have to pay. So, okay, minor children are not encouraged to be irrevocable beneficiaries because they are not allowed to sign legal documents such as amendment form for life insurance. True or false? True. Alright, so clear tayo dun. Now we'll talk about settlement options. So kanina, beneficiary designation. Now let's talk about paano naman nila masisettle? Let's say the beneficiaries are alive, paano nila makukuha yung proceeds? Okay, so again, split nyo. These are options for settlement. Ay, yung kanina, pinag-usapan natin, while they are alive, so dividend options yun. Ano yung pwede kong gawin with the dividends? So, 5 yun, di ba? May 5 tayong options doon. This one, interest option is 1. Settlement options to. Ay, pag namatay yung insured. So, clarify lang natin. The insurer holds the principal proceeds for a period of time and pays the beneficiary a rate of interest at a regular interval. So, pwedeng hindi niya kunin yung buong benefits, and then let it stay there, pero regularly meron lang siyang regular na nakukuha. That's one way to settle it, na hindi lump sum bibigay, regularly may makukuha siyang amount until maubos yung buong benefit or yung face amount and the interest. Okay, so yan yung isang option, interest option. So for ito yung example, so 1 million with an interest rate of 6%, so may nakukuha siyang 60% annually or 5,000 monthly. So yun yung nakukuha niya na benefits on a regular basis. So ganyan yung fixed period option. The insurer pays the beneficiary installments of an amount that will exhaust the principal and interest during a specified period of payment. Yung kanina pala, interest lang yung nakukuha nung beneficiaries. Ito, both the interest and the full amount. Okay, for example, the face amount. Policy owner wants that proceeds to be paid within 5 years. Okay, so fixed period. May sinabi si insured na within 5 years dapat mabayaran sa beneficiaries niya. So, yun tuloy-tuloy. Yung kanina tuloy-tuloy. Interest tuloy-tuloy lang. Okay. Ito, within 5 years dapat mabigay na lahat ng proceeds. Pero, hindi pa rin siya lump sum. Hati-hati pa rin siya.
Kailan yung interest, yung example mo kanina? So, interest lang yun. Kailan yung makukuha?
I think yung kanina is, I think yung kanina until maubos din, pero walang term. Tuloy-tuloy lang siya. Parang perpetual. Lagi siya may nakukuha.
Kaya lang kung interest lang yan, hindi siya.
Oh yeah, ganun nga yung
Hindi siya mauubos.
at siguro until mamatay siya ulit sa kanya.
Mamatay na yung
estate
beneficiary.
But depende sa product. Kung i-allow yun, depende sa company. So again, we're talking about the whole general insurance industry, not just our company. No? So ibig sabihin, some of these things may not be available with AIA, but may be available in other companies. So mahalaga rin yun, especially when you're doing policy review with your client, helping some of your clients na kinuha nila policy sa ibang company. Diba? Mabibigyan mo sila ng insights. Mas magaling ka na yung FA. Right? So,
ito, fixed period, ibig sabihin, within 5 years, mabibigay lahat ng benefits. Yeah. And then the other one is fixed amount until maubos. Fixed amount until maubos.
Yeah, yun yung
so ito, insurer pays out specified amount of income until the principal plus interest are exhausted. So until maubos siya. Yung kanina, interest lang ang kinakukuha. Then yung pangalawa, fixed period for a certain period of time. Ngayon, fixed amount for certain amount lang until maubos. Right? Yung benefits. So tatlo na yun. Life income or annuity option. Insurer pays out to the beneficiaries the proceeds and interest during their lifetime. So ito, halos same dun sa kanina eh. Pero ito, yung kanina kasi interest lang yung nakukuha niya eh. Ito, it's the both the interest and the face amount, pero during their lifetime, spread across their lifetime, habang buhay.
Dati may product tayong ganyan eh, pero ngayon wala. So, depende.
Life income, so tuloy-tuloy. So as the beneficiaries, meron akong income regularly na nakukuha ko. Okay, so hindi pa rin siya lump sum. Okay, the reason kung bakit may mga ganitong options is because at least may option yung beneficiary to say na na hindi lump sum ko bibigay. Kasi pag binigay ko yung lump sum, in a year or maybe ilang months, ubos yan. So what I'll do is hatiin ko na lang. So yan yung reason kung bakit may different settlement. So 4 yun. Yung interest option, life fixed amount, fixed period, saka yung life income. Okay, contestable period, the first 2 policy years from the effectivity date or date of last reinstatement. Okay, so when you apply for a policy, merong 2 years na contestable. So anything you declared or did not declare can be contested. Assuming na naman na misdeclare ka, di ba yung kanina, yung underwriting yung tawag natin, yung sinabi, tapos namatay yung insured within that 2 years. That can still be contested. Kasi possible yan, bakit namatay yun? Kala ko walang sakit yan, healthy. Assuming hindi siya accident. Yung pala, meron siyang sakit na hindi niya sinabi. Pero kala niya, hindi siya serious and all, hindi na niya dineclare. So mangyayari, i-investigate ng company kung ano nangyari. Doesn't mean na hindi niya makukuha yung benefits. May investigation lang that will happen. To make sure na talaga, baka kasi makikita naman yun sa records ng bakit namatay. Usually, when na diagnose, may kita rin dyan. Diba? So, history, medical history, while sa hospital. So, pero may 2 years na contestable period. Insurers can deny the payout or claim if they find out misrepresentation or concealment. Okay? That is material to the policy. Either hindi nila sinabi totally or hindi nila sinabi yung buong kwento. Kaya nga sabi natin kanina, very important that we draw out certain information from the client. So this contestable period expires after the first 2 years, thus making the policy incontestable based on these grounds. So after 2 years, pag lumagpas na, hindi na pwede i-contest ng insurer. So ano ba yung material misrepresentation? Refers to giving false information. Hindi tama yung sinabi mo, hindi tugma. Based sa records, hindi nag-match yung sinabi mo versus dun sa dineclare, dun sa records mo and yung dineclare natin or yung sinabi mo sa advisor. Okay. Material concealment means omitting information that would alter the issuance of the contract. Hindi mo sinabi totally. Diba? Hindi mo sinabi na na meron ka palang ganon. May history ka pala of this and that. So, important yan the difference between material misrepresentation and material concealment. Okay. Example, client declared in the application that he's diabetic but downplayed his real health status by indicating that his diabetes is well managed and feels generally healthy, when in fact he has kidney-related complications. So, ano to? Is it misrepresentation or concealment? Ano ba yung natin? Refers to giving false information. Yung isa means omitting information that would alter the issuance of the contract. Concealment ba siya? Dinownplay niya eh. Hindi niya sinabi yung totoong Hindi naman niya tinago eh. Hindi naman niya tinago na sinabi ko, diabetic ako, pero I downplayed it. Hindi ko sinabi yung totoong kwento. Sabi ko, ay okay lang yan. Hindi masyadong malaking bagay yung diabetes ko. So misrepresentation siya. Magiging concealment siya if may diabetic siya, tapos hindi niya sinabi. Diabetic siya. And then the record showed na diabetic pala siya. Okay? Client did not declare at all. Yan. Ito. Ano na natin? Concealment. Kasi hindi talaga niya sinabi. Sinabi naman niya, hindi lang niya sinabi totoo. Ito, hindi niya talaga sinabi. So, yun yung difference ng misrepresentation and concealment. Okay? Suicide clause. So, if the client or if the insured nag-suicide, pwede ba yun? Makukuha ba ng beneficiaries? yung benefits nila. Claims due to suicide are not payable within the first 2 policy years. Again, within that contestable period. Pag nag-suicide siya within that contestable period, hindi yun counted. Okay? Yun yung tamang counted. During this time, no death proceeds will be paid out, but premiums will be returned.
Wala pa rin lugi.
Di pa rin lugi. May nakuha pa rin yung beneficiaries niya. Di ba? Pero babalik yung premiums. Okay? Babalik lang yung premiums. Pero hindi siya makukuha yung face amount. Okay, clear ba tayo? So after that, pwede na. Pwede na siya. Pwede siya mag-suicide after that.
It has been said kasi na parang hindi naman ito pinaplano yung suicide. So meaning if beyond 2 years, hindi mo na siya talaga pinlano. Parang gano'n. So that's why first 2 years lang yung contestable na.
Presumption of death. Okay, so may mga cases din tayo. Let's say a person has been missing, mga ganyan. Hindi talaga nakita na patay. Pero matagal nang nawawala. Paano yan? A person is presumed to have died if he has been unheard of for a period of 7 years as declared by the court. So 7 years. Kasi to claim, obviously you need the death certificate and part of the documents that you would submit. But since hindi mo alam kung patay yung tao kasi nawawala lang, then wala kang death certificate kasi wala namang proof of death. But if this person has been, hindi ka na nakarinig for 7 years, as declared by the court, then that's the time you presume na dead na yung tao. Kasi missing na siya for 7 years. In cases where it can be attributed to a specific peril, such as missing aircraft or sea vessel, the death may be declared by the court after 4 years. So let's say, nag-crash yung plane pero hindi pa nahahanap or nawala. Di ba? Parang medyo in recent years, merong mga ganun nangyari. Di ba? Nawala yung plane, hindi alam kung nasaan. For the beneficiaries to be able to get the benefits, 4 years ang hihintayin nila for that person to be proclaimed dead. Of course, may mga proof naman yan. Passenger siya doon. Clear ba to? So, crucial to, yung 7 years na yan, yung 4 years na yan, minsan lumalabas yun sa exams.
Ipapasa akong article niya sa US. Sawa. So, lalaki, pero na, decent siya. 13 years ago. So, nakuha talaga niya yung proceeds ng babae. Kasi dinigyan ng dinigyan ko, hindi ko malalaw ang exact years pa. Hindi pa pala talaga missing.
Nakita, lumabas.
Lumabas.
So, dito yan.
Natanong ko yung ano ba, nagsisiyan ba yung insurance company even though nabayaran na, na-release na yung pera?
Ito yan. So, in case of reappearance, kasi for you to find out na nag-reappear siya, ibig sabihin may evidence to show na nandyan siya, buhay siya. Diba? So, the insurer has the right to recover the money because it was paid under a mistake of fact unless the insurer entered into a compromise settlement with the beneficiary before the release of the claim. Okay, so may possible na hingin ulit ng insurer yung pera na binigay sa'yo. Kasi it was a mistake. Kumbaga, nagkamali ako ng bigay. Kasi akala natin, wala na. Pero I think in that case, hindi, tama. After 7 years or after 4 years. Usually yan missing after 7 years. Kasi 4 years, alam mo naman, nag-crash yung plane. So, the insurer can ask for the, hahabulin ulit nila yung money. Okay, sample. Practice, pop quiz. Life insurance coverage to be valid, insurable interest must exist only at the time of the loan, only at the inception of the policy, both at the time of the policy issue and at the time of the loan, but not necessarily throughout the lifetime of the policy or throughout the lifetime of the policy. Kailan lang ba pinuprove yung insurable interest? Letter? Only at the time of the loan. Pag loan ka ba, kailangan mo ipakita yung Insurable interest? Most likely, hindi. Kasi pag nag-loan ka, you're the owner. Most likely. Hindi naman yung beneficiary yung mag-loan eh. Tama? So, you still have the control of the, yung beneficiary cannot loan naman eh, from the policy. So, definitely it's not A, diba? So, obviously, yung C wala na kasi both eh. Diba? Yung loan, hindi na siya applicable eh. Or kailangan ba buong lifetime insurable interest? The correct answer is B, sa inception lang. You have to prove na may insurable interest during the inception. If during the lifetime, biglang in the middle of that, wala nang insurable interest, it's the responsibility of the owner to change the beneficiary at that point. So ang sagot siya. Okay? What are the basic settlement options? Cash surrender value and automatic premium loan. Fixed amount, fixed period, interest option, and life income option, double indemnity, total disability, waiver of premium, policy loans, assignment, or beneficiary designation. B. Okay, so yan yung sinasabi kong we have to understand ano yung mga different options kasi tinatanong siya. So, kundi, pag hindi mo kabisado, malilito ka, lahat to options eh. May iba dyan, marami dyan options din eh, in other sections naman. Ito, yung mga policy loan, di ba, while alive, kanina pinag-usapan natin. So, B ang sagot dyan. In the Philippines, an insurance company's right to rescind a life insurance is generally limited to the first 2 years following policy issue date or date of approval of last reinstatement. The provision is embodied in blank. Incontestability clause, lifetime clause, omnibus clause, no exclusion clause. Okay. Tama yun. Incontestability clause. Okay, so hindi ko alam kung later on pag-usapan, pero just explain ko lang rin yung last reinstatement. Okay, so para lang, hindi ko kasi maalala kung meron siya sa succeeding sections. So let's say, baka later on pa. Pero the last reinstatement meaning, if nag-lapse yung policy, hindi ko nabayaran in that grace period. Okay, so ibig sabihin, mag-stop yung coverage ko. Okay, mag-stop siya. So let's say, kumuha ko today, and then after 3 years, so lagpas na sa contestability period, nag-lapse. Okay. And then reinstate ko on the 4th year. Reinstate ko, meaning nagbayad ako, sinabi ko, good health naman ako, insurable pa rin naman ako, nagbayad ako. Binayaran ko yung past premiums para mabuhay ulit yung policy ko. Then, yung contestability period mo starts again, year 1. Okay? Nag-gets you well?
Pwede pala nag-reinstate, sir?
Pwede reinstate.
Sayang pala yung year 5.
Pero may certain, mamaya, meron yata sa
May years.
number of years. 3 years usually. 3 years. Within 3 years dapat ma-reinstate. Pero pwede. Okay, so yan yung yun yung sinasabi dito na life insurance is generally yung last date of approval of last reinstatement. So yung contestability resets kapag nag-reinstate ka. Okay? Okay, so yun. Okay, so now when the insured quits, ito na. Part 3. So yung first one, when the insured is alive. Okay, the second one, when the insured dies. Ito, pag umayaw na yung insured or yung owner. Okay, pag nag-quit na ako, ayoko na talaga ituloy yung policy. Anong mga provisions meron? Explain the importance and use of non-forfeiture options. So, pwede bang matuloy yung coverage even if ayoko na magbayad? Possible ba yun? Makikita natin. Enumerate options for reinstatement. Yan. Dito pag-usapan yung ano yung options ko to reinstate the policy. Okay. Non-forfeiture options. Yan na. Another option. Diba kanina? Yung interest option, what do you do with the dividend option, what do you do with the dividends? And then yung settlement options. Ngayon yung non-forfeiture options. Available to permanent plans. Meaning, ano yung mga options ko para tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung coverage ko kahit na hindi na ako cash surrender value option. Okay, so tatlo yan. Reduce paid up insurance option, then extended term option. So yung three options for yung non-forfeiture option. So ano pa yung cash surrender? Brings little return compared to the premiums paid, especially during the early years. So sa cash surrender value, surrender the policy in exchange for the total cash value. So you just surrender straightforward. Balik ko yung policy, may makukuha akong cash surrender value. These are technically yung savings part. Pero after that, wala na, tapos na. Okay, I won't be able to get covered na. So meron ka pa rin makukuha pero hindi siya equal to the face amount. So, sa cash surrender value, yun, guaranteed cash value, kunyari, at year 3, ayaw mo na, may makukuha kang 120,000. Okay. So, naka-indicate yan dun sa policy mo, magkano lang for every year. Here, straightforward. Reduce paid up insurance option, or RPU. The permanent policy space amount will be reduced under the same protection period. Meaning, i-assess magkano lang yung binayad mo. And then, based doon, babawasan ko na lang yung coverage mo, pero covered ka pa din. Okay. Tapos hindi ka na magbabayad. So, reduce paid up. Stop na ako magbayad, I will reduce na yung coverage mo. Pero hindi na ako magbabayad. Covered ka pa din. So, ito, example. Reduce paid up. For instance, 1 million whole life policy will still protect the insured until age 100, but at reduced paid up coverage of 100,000 if premium stops at second policy year. Kasi technically, ang gagawin dyan ni company is that insured ka niya until age 100 based doon sa binayad mo lang. Okay? Based lang doon sa binayad mo. Kaya laki ng significant yung mawawala na coverage sa'yo. Kasi 2 years ka pala nagbabayad. Eh. So, habang tumatagal, so pag tinignan mo, on year 3, diba, 200,000 na. So, tataas siya ng tataas habang mas matagal ka nagbabayad. So, let's say 10 years ka na nagbabayad, possible na. Mas malaki na siya. Mas malaki siya doon than 120,000. Clear ba yun? Covered ka pa rin for until age 100 on a reduced face amount. Tapos hindi mo na kailangan magbayad ulit. Pay up ka na yan. Reduce. So, yun yung mga keywords. Reduce, babawasan, pero pay up ka na. Bayad ka na. And then, extended term insurance. Opposite of reduce paid up option where the permanent policy will be converted into a term policy. Meaning, hindi ka pag-term, ano ulit yun? Covered ka for certain period of time lang. Diba? So, hindi ka na ngayon hanggang age 100, pero i-cover kita until certain period based on dun sa premium na binayaran mo. So, yun yung extended term. Usually, this is the default option. Okay, so for example, 1 million whole life policy will be changed into 1 million term policy that covers the insured the next 5 years. Premium stops. So, pag nag-stop ka on the second year, ang coverage mo, 1 million pa rin, pero 5 years na lang remaining. So, yun yung extended term coverage. What if the insured outlives the extended term? So, more than na-outlive niya yung 5 years na yun. A lump sum excess cash value. So, may cash value pa rin na ibibigay sa'yo if na-outlive mo yung extended term. So, hindi pa rin sayang. Hindi pa rin tapon. Reinstatement. Ito yung pinag-usapan natin kanina. Ang bit. Simply
Balik lang
means,
tayo doon. I think ibig sabihin lang yata nun, pag lumagpas ng age 100, yung extended. Kasi di ba kapag na-extended,
Oo.
natapos siya, wala talagang cash value.
Ah.
So may picture ng old age eh.
Oo,
So I
tama,
think
tama. Sorry.
pag kinumpute nila na
Pag matagal ka na nagbabayad,
Oo.
tapos ayaw mo na magbayad, tapos yung binayad mo, sobra-sobra, then let's say nag-stop ka magbayad at age 80, for example. Pero, ang tagal mo na nagbabayad, di ba? Kunyari, 20 ka kumuha, age 80, nag-stop ka magbayad, most likely yung term insurance mo would cover you until more than 100 years old.
kasi walang cash value.
So, yung-
pag natapos yung extended.
Tama.
Kasi
Thank
ang
you,
whole
thank
life pala in general, guys. Pag kung sinabi whole life, age 100 yun, hindi yun forever.
Yeah.
Ibig sabihin for people na kasi hanggang 110 na buhay. At age 100, i-pay out na yung insurance policy niya.
Maturity. Yung
Mag-mature siya. It's happily tan. Ganun. So, i-release na sa kanya.
Right. So, thanks for that, Deej. Reinstatement. Things pinag-usapan natin kanina. Reinstatement simply means restoring back a lapsed policy. If you act within 3 years. So, 3 years. So, nag-lapse today. So, I have until 2025 before July to reinstate it. Pero, you have to, may mga options din on ano yung pwede mong gawin. Depende sa plan. So, and ito yung nasabi natin. If you reinstate, the 2-year contestability period starts again. So, back to first year ka ulit. Now, if you reinstate, yan, ito yung sinasabi kong options. Your reinstatement or redating. Ano yung difference nila? Pag pure reinstatement or updating means the reinstated policy will bear the effective date like the original lapse policy. Meaning, kumuha ako 5 years, kumuha ako today. Right? July 23. Nag-lapse after 2 years. Hindi ko nabayaran. Sa pure reinstatement, ang effective date na gagawin ko is July 23 pa rin. So what happens? Anong kailangan mo gawin if that will happen? To do this, you need to pay all premiums back. So nag-miss ako ng payment, di ba? Kaya siya nag-lapse. So lahat ng na-miss kong payments, babayaran ko ulit. Kailangan ko bayaran. And then you have to submit, show proof of insurability. Meaning dapat at that certain time na magre-reinstate ako, insurable pa rin. Kaya kahit na as much as possible, we don't like to get the policy lapse kasi baka by that time, hindi ka na insurable. So, hindi ka na makuha. Diba? Okay. So, yun yung proof of insurability. For redating, the reinstated policy bears a new effective date where you will be required to pay only the current fee. So, pwede mo i-redate. Kalimutan ko na yung July 23 kung kailan ako kumuha. Start tayo ulit, panibago. But same plan. Okay? So, magbabago na yung effective date mo. Meaning kung kailan nag-start yung plan. Okay? So, all payments are considered policy credits which will be applied to the policy. So, if meron ka mang overpayment before na hindi enough, kaya nag-lapse yung policy, it can be used for the succeeding yung remaining payments. Kasi possible naman na meron ka pang extra payment na hindi mo na gamit, pero kaya lang siya nag-lapse kasi hindi po whatever. So it will be applied to the new date of the policy. So yun yung ibig sabihin ng policy.
Pero kung 10 years to pay yun, nakabayad ka na ng 2 years, 10 years to pay siya ulit. Tama ba? Or parang 8 years na lang.
Hindi ka kasi pwede mag-redating sa ano eh. Pag redating, di ba usually regular pay?
Pero may mga limited pay na whole life.
Pero hindi ka yata pwede mag-redate on a limited pay. As far as I know, hindi ka pwede mag-redate on a limited pay. So ang option mo lang is really to pay back all the premiums. Kasi limited pay lang siya eh. From what I know, kasi like sa atin, ganun eh. Pag regular pay siya, hindi ka pwedeng
Parang baligtad eh. Pag regular pay, doon pa hindi pwedeng mag-redate.
Ay, hindi, pwede pala may client pala ako na pwede.
Pag limited pay, uusog eh.
Oo, so,
Parang ganun.
i-adjust ulit nila yung computation in such a way na pag binayaran mo ulit lahat ng premiums, it will be self-sufficient to survive yung until age 100.
So may computation sila. So, pag redating, in short, in reinstatement, mahirap nga sagot ng financial ng FA kung sino yung, kung magkano. You have to ask the company to compute.
Yeah.
Either how much to pay with the back premiums.
Tapos kung gaano katagal pa niya babayaran.
Or if it's redating, gaano katagal.
Yeah.
So, kailangan yung i-inquire yun. Tutulungan siya.
So, yeah.
Pero yung dating, kailangan mo pang magpa.
Yeah, kailangan lagi. For reinstatement, lagi kailangan.
Usually naman, sa atin, the client submits a health statement form. You just answer that. So, dinideclare mo kung na-hospitalize ka, ganyan. So, almost the same questions that they ask you during application. Ganon. Of course, you have to declare it ng tama. And then the 2-year contestability period
Starts again.
Restarts.
So, kaya siya kailangan kasi possible na kaya dire-reinstate ng client.
May sakit na eh.
Kasi may sakit na siya. Diba? Nag-lapse, ay, kailangan ko na i-reinstate para magpakuha. So, medyo parang mapapaisip ka na nun, diba? Lalo na kung you did your job naman na to follow up the payment, diba? Na talaga lang hindi na kaya nun. Now, in terms of yung redating end, minsan kasi hindi talaga kaya ng client to pay the past premiums. Kasi kaya nga ako hindi nakabayad eh. Kasi nga, kulang yung income ko before. So gagawin ko, ang option ko na lang is to redate it. Para hindi ko na kailangan back pay yung mga before. So at least meron ganung option. Okay, which of the following statements is false? False, ha? Too many lapse policies may cause an agent's agreement to be cancelled. When a policy lapses, the agent loses valuable source of prospect. When a policy lapses, the agent loses all future commissions on renewal premiums. Agents with persistent business seldom stay long with one company. Okay, which is false. Too many lapse policies may cause an agent's agreement to be cancelled. True or false? Skip muna natin para i-deduce natin. When a policy lapses, the agent loses a valuable source of prospect. True. Yan. Sure, true. When a policy lapses, the agent loses all future commissions on renewal premiums. True. Ibig sabihin, kasi nag-lapse na eh. So yung mga commissions ko for the succeeding premiums, hindi ko na makukuha. So true.
Unless i-renew niya.
Unless yung nire-instate niya, saka mo makukuha ulit. Agents with persistent business seldom stay long with one company. Ibig sabihin yung persistent is yung good paying clients. No? Pag agent ba with persistent business, bihira na stay long in one company. Baka yan yung false eh. No? Yan, deductive na lang. Kung hindi kayo sure dun sa iba.
Kasi okay yung negosyo niya.
Hindi, too many last policies because an agent's agreement to cancel. True naman yan. So, yun, ang false talaga is, pag maayos yung business mo, obviously, mas tatagal ka kasi mas maayos yung mga business that you're managing. So, the answer is D. Okay, so ganun lang siya pag sa exam. Pag hindi kayo sure, hanapin nyo lang isa-isahin nyo. Non-forfeiture option will ordinarily be selected at the time a policy owner is blank. A non-forfeiture option. Kailan ba ito ginagamit? Okay. Discontinuous premium payments for a whole life or endowment policy. Chooses a mode of settlement for the policy proceeds. Converts a term policy to a whole life policy or renews a term policy. Non-forfeiture option. Kailan siya ginagamit? So obviously, hindi na siya B, di ba? Kasi this is talking about settlement, di ba? Settlement of the policy proceeds. Converts to a term, hindi naman eh. Kasi anong tawag dito? Converts a term policy to a whole life policy. Anong feature yan ng term insurance? Hindi. Feature ng term insurance. Di ba yung may two features, convertibility and renewability. So ito yung convertibility, di ba? Converts a term. And then renews a term policy, hindi rin, di ba? Kasi renewability na nga yun for a term. So, discontinuous premium payment. So non-forfeiture options is when the insured hindi na siya makabayad. Ano yung options niya? So dapat clear yun. Okay, so A is the correct answer. So kaya I always stress na dapat clear kayo with the options. Ano yung mga options? Para hindi kayo malito. Generally, a restatement application will be accepted from the owner of a lapsed insurance policy. Anytime during the lifetime of the insured, anytime ba pwede magpa-reinstate? B, within the period of 3 years after the date of relaxation specified in the policy. Anytime within the extended term insurance period, or only on a premium due date, or during the grace period of unpaid. B, okay, within the 3 years, okay, from date of lapsation. Kasi reinstatement nga, ibig sabihin nag-lapse na. Okay,
So
hindi na
kahit
siya.
may cash value pa siya, if nag-extend na ng 3 years, hindi na talaga.
Kahit may cash value siya,
Hindi na
you have
talaga.
to.
Pero hindi siya mag-lapse kasi pag may cash value.
Hindi,
Unless may one yung bayan.
unless naubos yung hindi siya
Kasi
maglalapse.
automatic siya kung di mo bayaran, di gamitin niya.
Cash value, pag yun yung pinili mong option, di ba? Yung automatic, Kasi, ang option mo, ginamit mo yung non-forfeiture option mo, yung cash value, yung automatic premium loan option, pag yun yung yun yung pinili mo, then babawasin niyo from the...
Kasi yung automatic premium is also the same as ETI, extended term. Technically, kasi it's getting a loan from your policy to pay. So na-extend yung pero hindi siya hanggang 100. Diba? It can only sustain for a certain number of years. So it's almost the same, na magkaiba lang ng konti. Kasi kapag ETI, parang wala kang utang. Pero automatically sinabi mo, okay, surrender na the policy ko, gawin na ng extended term. Kapag automatic review mo, hindi mo pa siya sinusurrender. May intention ka to pay the loan. So, yun.
Okay? So clear on the provisions if the insured quits the policy. Clear ba? Sige, go.
Yung cash value ba, equal ba siya or less than the date of
Less than.
always less than?
Always less than. Yung differences of VUL. Pag VUL may chance na mas lumaki pa. Sa whole life, definitely less than.
Pero eventually the cash value will be equal to the coverage.
Pag nag-mature na.
Pag nag-mature, yes.
Yun lang. So, kapag hindi ka siya nag-mature,
Always less than.
Always less than. So so clear tayo doon. Okay, so last two, baka mas magpago. Health, group, and other forms of insurance. So we'll dive in kanina, mostly the individuals yun. Ito, we'll talk about group and some other forms of insurance that we have to do. Compare the other forms of insurance available in the market, explain their differences and how they function according to different types of insurance. Benefits of other forms, so individual, group, and health. So bought by an individual, obviously, individual insurance, provided by employers, yung pinag-usapan natin, group, employers or certain groups, kasi pwede rin na organizations or yung mga co-op, ganyan, minsan meron mga group insurance for those. And health may be bought individually or provided by employers. So, pwedeng individual or through the company or by employers. So, yung individual, yun yung pinag-usapan natin kanina. participating term, and permanent plans. Okay? So sa group insurance, companies offer group life insurance to their employees. Okay? Premium, ang advantage niya, premium is fairly inexpensive kasi nga group, like I said, risk sharing kanina as individuals, ito further risk sharing within the group, which may be given for free by the company or deducted monthly from employee salary. It has relatively low coverage amount and was offered as part of employee benefit package. So usually low coverage lang, minsan bihira yung may mga 1 million, ganyan. Usually mga 100,000. Actually meron din pala pag mga usually may multiplier yan, 20 times your annual salary or monthly salary, etc. So depende yan. So group policy sa term life, renewable each year. Okay, so yearly renewable siya. But a permanent insurance may also be offered. Okay, so group policy, usually term yan, every year nire-renew. Or pwede rin naman, permanent insurance ang i-offer. Pero the company gets it for the whole company, for all the employees. Meron din naman ganyang cases for a group. Pero most often, is a renewable policy. Renewable term. So, sa group, walang individual policy. Okay? Usually, may individual proof of insured ka, but the policy is with the employer. Okay? So, we call that the master contract, yung contract mismo. Kasi pag individual, may contract ka. Pag may contract, nandun nakalagay lahat. Pag group, yung contract nasa employer mo. And then usually, bibigyan ka ng parang certificate of, anong tawag doon? Basta may certificate yun. Forgot na yung tawag doon. Certificate yun, bibigay sa'yo. Pero hindi yung required. Some companies, hindi na nila binibigay yun kasi nire-request yun sa insurer. What do employees receive? Yan, ito pala. As proof of coverage. Yan, certificate of coverage. Instead of an individual policy contract. May certificate ka lang of coverage. So you can request this from your company if you're an employee. Kasi hindi rin lahat nagbibigay. It is assumed that every member of the group is insurable, provided that they work minimum number of hours, 30 hours per week. Okay, so, ang assumption dito is insurable lahat. Kasi hindi naman yan iniisa-isa underwriter. Hindi yan iniisa-isa na ikaw insurable ka ba? Ikaw insurable? Hindi. Usually, you submit the names, kung sino yung mga insure mo, the ages, ganyan. And then, bibigyan yung company ng quote kung magkano insured. Magkano premium babayaran nila. And then sabihin ng company, basta for all the employees, I want 500,000 coverage. Tapos sabihin ng company, sabihin ng insurer, ito yung premium that you have to pay. For all na yan, hindi yan individual. Okay, so regardless of age din, kasi minsan titignan dyan yung age, parang ina-average out din. Group life insurance generally comes with only basic coverage, which may not fulfill. So, usually basic coverage lang, life. Minsan you add accident insurance, accident coverage, and disability coverage. Meron din medical coverage. Pero from the generally speaking, companies usually provide the basic or the accident lang. One or both. Basic coverage, life lang pag namatay yung employee, or accident pag na-accidente yung employee. So, group insurance can be contributory and non-contributory. Meaning, pwedeng si company yung magbayad ng lahat, walang sasagutin si employee, or hati tayo. Non-contributory means employer pays the entire premium if I offer it for free. Non-contributory means contributes a portion of the premium and the employer pays the rest. So, contributory, the employee contributes, magbabayad din siya. Pero not the full. Hati tayo. Non-contributory meaning, wala ka nang i-contribute as an employee. Kami na bahala as the employer. What happens to my group life insurance membership when I resign from the company? Conversion privilege, you can convert it to an individual policy within 31 days from separation from the company without proof of maturity. So pwede rin pala. You can convert it to an individual policy. Okay, so and then I'm mabibigyan ka naman siguro ng options on what type of policies you can convert. Pero pwede. The point
Saka
is
usually, kung magkano lang yung coverage.
usually
Kung 100,000 lang yung coverage, yun lang.
yun lang yung coverage.
Hindi pwede lang. Parang term lang.
Okay, since group insurance is coterminous with your membership in the organization, you should treat it as a perk which may be supplemented with a separate individual policy rather than a sufficient standalone. Group insurance ba sufficient enough to say na ito na ang coverage na kailangan ko? Ba? Or not? So, true. You should just treat it as a perk. Supplemental. You don't rely on that. Diba? The same way that we don't rely on, let's say, the SSS or the to be our loan insurance, diba? Our health and pension. Doon lang tayo mag-rely for our pension. So, yeah. Yan yung health insurance. Companies also offer health insurance sa mga employees. So, ito na papasok yung mga HMO, I think. Premium is typically affordable or offered free. Laging pag-group, pag it's sold as parang wholesale retail. Diba? Mas mura kapag wholesale mo kinuha sa akin, mas mahal kapag retail. Pero may perks ang retail. Kasi pag retail ka, you can pick whatever type of coverage you want, you need. Pag wholesale ka, kung ano lang yung ano lang yung sa lahat, yun na yun sa'yo. Okay? So, ganun siya nag-work. So, yung health usually has the following benefits. Accidental death, dismemberment benefits, reimbursement of expenses, disability income benefit. Then usually, employees are issued with a health card. Ito yung mga HMO. So if you're employed, meron kang health card that will be given to you and then represent mo yun sa hospital or sa clinic. They will cover you for a certain amount. Okay? And then may limit to. Okay? There's a maximum limit per benefit. Availment of benefits typically renewable yearly. Okay. Yearly renewable din siya. And defined and meron siya maximum limit per year usually. Most health insurance plans have deductible rent amount that the employee has to pay out of pocket for benefits. Yeah. So pwede rin siyang you can contribute or pwedeng company will provide. Usually naman kasi pag big companies, they just provide the HMO benefits. So, pero pwede rin contributory siya. Usually pag may dependents. Pero hindi na siya, kasi separate na yun. Hindi ka na part ng employee benefit. Yeah. So ganun. Health insurance covers essential health benefits critical to maintaining covered employees' health and treating illnesses and accidents. True or false? Yes or no? Yes. Essential health benefits critical to maintaining the covered employees' health and treating illnesses. Kasi gano'n naman yung purpose ng HMO, di ba? Kino-cover niya yung health mo in illnesses if nangyari sa accident. Then next is annuity. Naalala ko ba ito? Ito yung naalala ko pa ito. Annuity, wala tayong annuity in the Philippines. So, walang ganitong specific type of product. I think sa US lang or other countries lang.
Right.
So parang annuity essentially is the purchase of income. Okay, ang closest natin dito are the pension plans or parang the endowment funds. Yun na yung closest, but it doesn't really work similar. So nangyari, many people worry that they will not have sufficient nest egg to see them through their retirement years. So you get annuity for retirement as a retirement benefit. Annuities are developed to help allocate investors. So you're purchasing income, future income. what do we need to understand here? So instead of insured, ang tawag sa people who has annuities, annuitant, the insured yung tawag. The annuitant, equivalent to the insured, receives a series of payments for at some future date. Okay, so parang endowment, pero hindi technically siya endowment. So dito sa part na to, you just have to remember what annuity is. And then, ano yung tawag dun sa tao which is covered by that.
Kasi possible lumabas sa exam pa rin.
Hindi, lalabas yan. May mga lumalabas yan. But just as context, walang ganito sa Philippines. Ha? Hindi ko sure eh.
I think yun nga, hindi pa ripe yung market na this is not probably the most accurate answer, but based on what I know, kinukuha kasi yung parang yung confidence of the life insurance company to buy, to pay sa dami ng market nila, sa laki ng sales. Unfortunately, sa Philippines, mababa pa yung penetration rate. So because of that, they cannot offer this yet because this is a bit risky, right? So usually, kasi parang for life ang annuity, if I'm not mistaken, until mabuhatay yung buhay siya. Ganon. So imagine if, let's say, start yung payoff period ng age 60 and then up to age 100, so 40 years na magbabayad, di ba? Parang hindi pa kaya masustain, it's not yet confident, hindi kaya to pay off that because kukunti pa yung products being sold. Unlike in the US, for example, it's a more mature market. Sa uso na yung life insurance, like laging meron, di ba? Because of that, it can like balance off the risk and offer this type of product. Of course, maganda itong product na ito, pero mahal din yan.
Kasi ganyan yung in-offer sa akin sa Sinarami.
Hindi, baka ano yun, pension plan yun. Pension plan. Means may katapusan yung, or malaki yung binabayad mo.
May English sa Pinas. Sa Europe.
Yun.
Sa part ng Europe.
So ito, annuity payments often start in a specific period, but provide benefits as long as the annuitant lives. So perpetual siya habang buhay.
Yun yung reason. I think
sa atin kasi usually may hangganan yung pension plan mo until age lang ganito or more or less certain amount lang pag sino matotal mo. Ito kasi
or only the government can give that, di ba?
Oo.
Parang ganun. Kahit sa government kahit namatay na, no? Yung asawa nakakakuha pa rin.
Pag ano yun, sir, yung mga ano yun, mga military.
Mga militar, diba?
Mga military.
Yeah, no, not available in the Philippines.
Closest is the pension plan. And yung pension plan, usually it's the endowment. Kadalasan. Kasi yun nga, may nare-receive ka regular payment. Okay. So sa annuity, there are different types din. Straight life annuity, joint life, with last survivor annuity, period certain annuity. Tingnan rin natin. Straight life annuity pays guaranteed stream of income but ceases payments upon the death of the annuitant. So, ano lang, guaranteed stream of income lang, future income kasi you're purchasing future income. Pero pag namatay yung annuitant, tapos na yung payments that will be provided. So,
kung 2 years ka lang nabuhay, no? Parang lugi, no? Parang gano'n.
So, walang nakukuha yung beneficiary mo in an annuity. Okay, so, wala nakukuha. Joint life with last survivor annuity allows the owner's spouse to be a successor payee to keep getting payments until his or her death. Isipin mo to, namatay na yung original annuitant, pero pwedeng i-transfer yung annuity doon sa spouse niya. So, tuloy-tuloy pa rin naman. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya nag-end. After that, continuous pa rin yung income na nakukuha ng family.
So, yun yung parang sa military.
Oo, parang gano'n. A joint life allows the owner's spouse to get. So, tuloy-tuloy pa rin. Namatay na yung annuitant. Period certain annuity offers guaranteed payments for a specific number of years lang. So, meron ding option for a certain period lang. Instead of the annuitant's lifetime. So, merong certain, parang term, annuity. So, namatay na, pero up to a certain point lang. Hindi hanggang namatay.
Kaya yata sinasabi bro na parang wala to sa Philippines kasi wala siyang life insurance benefit. Eh, no? So meaning kunyari at 2 years lang. Nakuha.
Wala kasi walang beneficiary.
Walang beneficiary.
So you're paying for the income lang.
The income lang. So ibang klaseng design din siya. May lugi ka rin dito as the annuitant, no? Kasi gano'n kung 2 years mo lang siya na-enjoy, wala nang payment to you, walang sukli eh. Unlike yung ibang policy na parang may sukli.
Parang ito kasi it's more of living benefits talaga rather than a protection benefit for your beneficiaries pag namatay yung breadwinner. So you're paying for future, you're for the income na not really, you're not paying for para ma-protect yung financially, ma-protect ka financially, but more of para continuous yung income ng family. Parang ganun lang siya. So, insured, ito, madali lang to. Insured is to individual insurance as blank is to annuity. Yan, annuitant. So, hindi naman beneficiary. Clear naman tayo what's the beneficiary, di ba? Pag namatay, you will get the benefits. Okay, we move on to another type, industrial insurance. So, meron tayong group, meron tayong health, annuity, the other forms of insurance. Industrial insurance, oldest forms of insurance in the Philippines that offer small coverage amounts to individuals who typically cannot afford larger policies. Okay, so, kakaiba din to eh. Small coverage, very cheap yung product, I would think. Kasi nga, these are for people who cannot afford larger policies, yung usual policy. Sold door to door, ganyan pa yung binibenta. Ganyan pa bang ganito?
I think group na lang.
Parang group na rin siya eh. Pero this one, parang ano siya, low cost ano talaga, insurance. Para lang ma-protect rin kahit pa paano. Even, kumbaga the poorest of the poor, kaya pa rin nila. They can still afford to be protected. Members of the working class who were looking for insurance protection with the most affordable premium in the market. Ganito siya premium pwedeng daily, weekly, or monthly. Kaya siya ganyan kasi most likely yung tao cannot really pay monthly kasi malaki na rin siya. So gawin ko na lang daily para parang kinakaltas dun sa atin. Pay out to a servicing agent, often called debit agents. So parang door-to-door siya talaga. Punta. It has built-in accidental death paid to anyone from the immediate family in the absence of a beneficiary. So automatic. Sa group rin naman, if namatay yung insured tapos walang declared beneficiary, automatic it goes to the estate and then kung sino man yung rightful beneficiary of that. So yan yung built-in accidental death. Industrial insurance. Okay, industrial insurance provides for a door-to-door of selling, servicing life insurance. 2, is it credit or debit agents? 2%. Debit. Para pinag-usapan lang natin. Debit. So, tingnan natin. In the event an employee leaves the company, ito pinag-usapan lang natin ito, in which he is a member of its group insurance plan. This group coverage can be changed on individual policy using policy exchange facility ba, conversion privilege, change of plan provision, policy change form. Okay. Letter B, conversion privilege. Convert, mas confident na sumagot. Mas confident na yung sumagot. Conversion privilege. So yung mga keywords, makikita nyo naman dyan eh. Change, individual policy. So next, benefits payable under health insurance policies cover health insurance policies does not cover only expense reimbursement benefits, expense reimbursement benefits only disability income. So benefits payable under health insurance policies. Ano ba yung mga benefits of health insurance policies? Health insurance policies does not cover only expense reimbursement benefits. Expense reimbursement benefits lang ba? Disability income benefits only or all of the above? Ito yung different benefits of health insurance. Diba? Meron siyang expense reimbursement, meron siyang disability benefits. So yeah, all of the above. Health insurance covers benefits like accidental death, dismemberment, expense reimbursement, and disability income benefits. So yung mga benefits niya. So annuity plan offers life insurance protection, offers waiver of premium benefit. It's the same as endowment plan. It's a purchase of income.
Purchase of
D, purchase of income. Hindi siya same.
Nalito ka na.
Nalito ka na.
Nalito ka na.
Baka kasalanan ko kasi kinumpare natin sa endowment plan. Wala talagang plan dito that is an annuity. So, the closest was the endowment plan.
Siguro differentiate lang natin para clear. Sa endowment kasi kunyari lang, 10-year endowment, tapos after 10 years, kasi huhulugan ulit yung whatever endowment mo for 10 years. Kung 3 years pa lang namatay yung owner or the insured, the remaining 7 years, makukuha pa. Diba? May life insurance benefit pa to the beneficiary. So parang nag-happy kayo. Yung 3 years na enjoy mo, yung 7 years na natitira, it's still paid off to your beneficiary or whatever the face amount. Sa annuities, walang face amount na
Ibigay.
na beneficiary. Yun yung difference niya. Income lang talaga. Kaya siguro hindi pa pinarioritize yun ng Philippines. No? Kasi nga, walang talagang iba na eh. It's a more advanced kumbaga life insurance. Pang-income lang siya. Maganda siya tingnan, pero technically, yun nga, may lugi din, di ba? Pag namatay na yung annuitant, wala na siyang insurance paid off. So, wala makukuha yung family.
So, basta annuity plan is a purchase of income.
Yeah.
Industrial insurance is paid ano ba? Daily ba? Weekly? Monthly? Daily, weekly, or monthly? D. Daily, weekly, or monthly? Dali lang to. Itong mga ganito, pag lumabas to sa exam, dapat tama. Pag mali, sayang yung puhunan niya. Oh. Okay, last chapter na pala to.
Wait lang. CR muna tayo tapos
Oh, sige. Let's take a 5-10 minute break. Para CR and